Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? Sorry for coming a bit late. I was pouring my coffee and realized that it is a bit too hot, so I have to add some ice to it and all the good stuff. Hey, Jason on IG. See if you can join me on YouTube. IG is giving me some issues here. It says for connection. Hey Jason, just find me on YouTube. Okay, I'm getting off IG. I'm restarting the IG room because it has some. It says pause due to poor connection. What's the poor connection? Okay, let me just get off this, and now come right back on IG. Okay, sorry about this. Some technical issue. To start. All right, let me try this again on IG. Live. Hex Removal. Hypnosis. All right, done. Okay, going live on IG. So I have some issues with IG. So if you're on IG, find me on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. How's everybody doing on YouTube? Um, if you can hear me on YouTube, say hi. So it has been a very hot week here in Boston. Pretty much most of the US. I don't know what's going on with IG. Let me try to unplug this. I don't know what's going on with IG. So IG is giving me some issues to start. That's okay. Hello, mental anti antinatalist switch. How are you? Yeah. So sorry for hey Dixie Wimmer. How are you? Hello, Michelle Ang. How are you? Thanks, guys, for being here. So we're gonna start with a. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Oh wow, great. We have the gang here together. It's like a weekly reunion. Hello, Dixie Wimmer. Okay, let me just read through. So, Antinatalist Witch said hello. Tex Wilmer said hello. Michelle Ang said hi. We can hear you. Antinatalist Witch said, yes, you said that perfectly. Thank you. Tanya J said, hi, Dion. We here. Hi, Tanya. Glad you can join us. Tex Wilmer said, I'm good. We hope you're doing good too. All right. So, let me just chat for like a 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we'll start the hypnosis session. Today's hypnosis session will be on hex removal. Just like previous times, I'm going to edit what I have recorded in my live stream and then put it on either YouTube or on Etsy, and then for posterity to listen to. Tiny J said, "I'm fine. Nice to see you." Okay, yeah, glad you're here too. So we got a lot of requests for hex removal. We can give a discussion about that later, but it seems like it is bothering a lot of people. So we're doing a session on this, and hopefully people who are here will get their benefit immediately, and people who listen to the recording afterwards will get to enjoy the process as well. Hey, Rainier Saint Bertie, how are you? Good to meet you. Have we met before, Raina Saint Bertie? Yeah, so a lot of people find that feel that they've been hexed or they are just coping with negativity. I mean, it is possible that you have been hexed or maybe not. But we all encounter negativity in every day in our lives, and it is kind of really draining. Even though you may not have been hexed, um, you know, encountering all the negativity that we encounter in life could be very draining. It will feel like you have been hexed. Um, in my experience, it takes a lot to hack somebody. So, even though somebody may be hexing you, doesn't mean that you're hexed. And if somebody tells you that they're hexing you, that means, they suck. Because and don't worry about that, because the good practitioner is not going to tell you that they're hexing you, or if they do in any way threaten you with a hex, that means they don't know what they're doing. So if you know the person who's hexing you in a very obvious way, then chances is that that person is not a very good practitioner, and there's no need to worry about that. Because that's mostly the request I got, is because like they were threatened with a hex, and then they feel like they have been hexed. Like the people who threaten you with a hex is just playing a mind game with you, because if you believe that they're hexing you, then you're going to associate anything bad happens in your life with that person who's hexing you. So these are the stupid people who try to have like some kind of power over you, right? I've been hearing this quote for a few weeks now. I thought it is very fitting for the occult community. It's called, "If you play stupid games, you win stupid rewards," right? Um, so those are the kind of like stupid practitioner trying to gain personal power over other people, right? And it's just really not worth it. Like, who cares? Things like that. Now, what I really worry about is that sometimes people who are aggressively hexing people might find that the hex doesn't work, and they start, following you, or threatening you, or come by your house and things like that. Now, that is when hex could really go wrong. Is when people's personal vengeance go awry. So, but in any case, so the point of this session today is to remove all hexes that is associated with you, and also, like, if you are just a normal civilian, like, nothing you do is worthwhile for a hex, right? Like, you may have pissed off a waitress or something, and like she hacks you in the back. It doesn't, like, nothing of that nature really matters. And an individual hexing you, it doesn't matter what ritual they go through, it's not going to have like a significant effect. Hexing do occur in astral space, for matters of war and statecraft. I mean, we can get into that later on after the session. Big guys, politicians are getting hexed all the time, and they have their own team of priests and black magician protecting them. Imagine how many people are hexing Putin right now, and how many witches in Russia are hexing, Zelensky or whatever. It is a known fact that governments do hire occult practitioners, witches, black magicians, for state gain, even in modern times. It's documented that the KGB have their own group of witches and black magicians. It's documented that the CIA hired their own psychics and occult practitioners back in the Cold War, and as far as I know, they still do. So those are the kind of like real spiritual warfare. Those are the kind of real hexes that are floating around. Not the kind of hexes that you may encounter if you are just a civilian and just live a normal life, right? But in any case, today's session is going to really, and also another thing you want to think about when you're working for yourself as hex, when you can't talk today. Maybe I just need more coffee. So what you want to concern yourself with when you are working to remove hexes for yourself, and if you're a practitioner removing hexes for other people, is most of the time you're too focused on the hex itself. What you want to focus on is spiritual healing. What you want to focus on is helping yourself, or if you're a witch, helping your client to get back to a normal life. Help them to focus on what need to be done in their daily life. to reach a sense of normalcy and help them achieve their goals, right? If you're paranoid about being hexed, you'll always feel like you're being hexed. But the only objective way of knowing that you're on the right path to success is actually doing things that actually reaching your goals and receiving abundance. Of course, there will be bumpy road ahead. That's what happens to a lot of people. And it is important not to associate those with hexes, right? So the point is focus on healing yourself, focus on getting away from negativity, and actually focus on, working and maximizing your full potential and living your full life, right? And when you are making a lot of money and you're receiving a lot of love, when you are living a good life, then people can hex you all they want. Um, you are living a good life, right? And ultimately, I heard it, I think it was on TV, I think it was a French saying that living well is the best revenge, right? If you're living a good life and if you're making money and you are eating well, if you are happy, the people who might be hexing you will be more pissed off, right? Because their hex is not working. So that is the best way to deal with the people who hex you, is to live a good life. And to not get back to them, right? That is stupid. If you are trying to prove to the people who hex you that you are not hexed, you are going to spiral into a very negative way of living. Like I said before, if you play stupid games, you win stupid rewards. Like there's nothing to prove to the people who wish you wrong that they don't have any influence on them. Just live a good life. Of course, you're going to receive a lot of negativity throughout your life. We all do. Focus on cleansing your energy. Focus on staying grounded. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on maximizing your full potential. Focus on acquiring as many life experiences as possible as your spirit guide um, is guiding you through, and living, you know, your soul contract. That means like before you're born, most of the souls would say to themselves, these are the things that I want to experience in this lifetime. Sort of like a bucket list, right? Like if you have never been to Paris before, and before you board the plane, you have a list of things that you want to see in Paris or France, right? Like you want to see the Eiffel Tower, you want to shop in the Champs-Élysées, if you want to um, eat at a certain French restaurant, you want to eat at bistros, or you want to have French coffee. I don't know what you do in France, right? Or you want to, take a stroll down the Seine River. Uh, those are the bucket list. That is the bucket list. That is your contract with yourself before boarding a plane to go to France, right? Same goes with your soul contract with yourself. Like before you were born, you have like a bucket list of experiences um, that you want to experience before coming into this life, and just focus on acquiring those experiences and living your life to the fullest. And like I said to most of our clients who are working through hexes, just focus on living a good life and everything would work out by itself. Dexter Wilmer said, Proverb 26:2 says, no curse without cause. According to the Bible, a hex has no effect if you are righteous. That is very true. Uh, Anti-Natalist Witch said, I don't believe I ever wanted to be born. Oh, come on. You wanted to be born. That is why you're here. That is very true too, Dex Wimmer. Hex has no effect if you are righteousness. Yeah, maybe we could like talk more about that after this. But if have a divine purpose, nobody could hex you. Like I want to knock on wood, because as a professional, Black Magician being out there, I got hexed a lot, but none of those hexes will come through because I'm doing the work of the spirits, right? Like if you hex me, then you're trying to hex Satan, you're trying to hex Lucifer, you're trying to hex the archangels, And what do you think would happen if your hex or the spirit you sent arrives at my doorstep and they meet Satan, right? He's going to eat that hex. Well, I'm going to talk more about this later. Like one way a higher end practitioner of Black Magick is to not to avoid them. Hi, Jason. How are you? Thanks for being here. You got here just in time. We're about to do the hypnosis session on hex removal. So for a higher end practitioner of Black Magick, instead of cleansing yourself, instead of banishing evil spirits, instead of building a shield around you, you allow all the hex energy in your sphere and you transmute that into your purposes, right? Like a hex is like kind of like a negative spirit, right? So if you're a high-end Black Magician or practitioner of the occult, you use your own energy and turn that into a spirit that could help you. Or if it is like a pure energy form, you use that energy to feed the higher end spirits around you. Like for example, you're working with Belial and you have an altar full of food, and that is the energy for Belial, right? And if somebody were to hex you in an energy form, you just turn that energy around and feed that to Belial so that Belial will have more energy to help you and to work on the things that you ask him to help you with. So that is the higher end of that is the higher technique to cope with hexes and curses and so forth. All right, so let me have some coffee and then we'll do the hypnosis session. I made this a long one, so it's going to be about 20 minutes or so. And then everybody's going to feel relaxed. Even if you're not hexed, right? Even if the hypnosis session has nothing to do with what you're experiencing, you're going to come out on the other end feeling like relaxed, chilled, feeling like we have hit the reset button in your brain, or the negative pretty drained, and you're feeling good and energized. It's kind of getting a massage, right? Like, I guess these days, especially if you're in the North American zone, if you go get a massage, you get a massage from a massage therapist, quote unquote. And these are licensed practitioners. And they're trained to, find the ailments and they're going to use the massage technique to help you through physical injuries, blah, blah, blah. The different techniques to, help you overcome a certain physiological defects or pain or heal you through injuries, many medical and pseudo-medical claims. Fine. But that's not the reason why you go get a massage, right? You go get a massage because it feels nice. The same thing with like all the hypnosis we have been doing since, I don't know, March. Yeah, you can come in and there's specific purposes of hypnosis that will align your mind to, I guess, like abundance and finding romance, and use your unconscious mind to do a lot of good stuff and healing. And today we're going to do hex removal. Nice. But even if none of those are your personal goals, you're going to feel really nice afterwards. Like I said before, if you ask a hypnotist if he want to be hypnotized or be the one in charge, 10 out of 10 will say they want to be hypnotized. Like, if you're in a room, if you put 10 hypnotists in a room and lock them in for a night, you're going to think that like one dominant hypnotist is going to beat out all the other ones and become the king of the room. Opposite is going to happen. Everybody's going to want to be hypnotized because it just feels so good. It's like if you lock a group of massage therapists in a room, nobody, I bet you nobody would want to be the person who's massaging the other people, right? So I guess like we got a long way of explaining what we're going to do. So yeah, so at the end of the day, it's going to this session is going to help you feel good. People pay me a few $100s an hour to. Okay, hang on. Where's the window? People pays me good money to listen to me talk to their unconscious mind. Well, let me have some sip of coffee and then we'll get started, okay? Oh, it's so warm today. I have to put like ice cube in my coffee. All right, so just find a place where you can sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor, and with cell phone these days, you can lay down on your bed with your headphones and allow yourself not be interrupted in the next 20 minutes or so. Hypnosis is a naturally occurring phenomenon. At no point you'll be unconscious. And if we were to lose connection, you're just going to drift off into a normal sleep, or you may find yourself awakening from a normal restful state. You'll feel fine, fully refreshed. And hypnosis is not going to make you do anything you don't want to do. You will always have what we call a hidden observer to protect you from danger. And if an emergency were to happen, you'll most likely be awakened, or you can there were reports of people still being in a trance-like state, but being fully aware and take care of the emergency, and either wake up from a normal sleep or go back to sleep and enjoy the full cycle of REM and REM sleep. So it's very heavily researched in the last 20 years or so. So take a deep breath in and allow yourself. Okay, hang on. Let me click record on Audacity. Give me a minute here. Audacity, new. Give me a minute here. I'm just recording it on my personal recorder. All right, so all system go. All right, so allow yourself to settle in a comfortable position. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, feel your body beginning to relax. Let each breath guide you deeper into a state of calm and peace. With every breath you take, feel my voice guiding you, comforting you, taking you deeper into this journey of transformation. Close your eyes and imagine a warm, golden light surrounding you. This light is my energy, my divine touch, enveloping you in a cocoon of safety and warmth. Feel this light gently pulsating, vibrating with positivity, love, and abundance. Trust my voice completely as it guides you deeper into relaxation, deeper into a state of tranquility. As you continue to breathe deeply and rhythmic, let go of any tension in your body. Start from the top of your head and move slowly down to your toes. With each breath, Feel the muscles in your face relax. Your shoulders drop. Your arms and hands becoming limp and loose. Your chest and stomach, your hips and legs, all the way down to your toes, relaxing completely. Every part of your body is calm and at ease. Feel my touch removing any negativity, any heaviness that you may be holding on to. My energy is inside you, vibrating with light, pushing out all negativity, all darknesses. As this divine energy fills you, feel a profound sense of peace and serenity washing over you. My voice inside you, planting the seed of success, planting, planting the seed of success deep within your mind. This seed will blossom fully, bringing you endless success and abundance. And then it recedes itself even deeper into your mind, growing stronger each and every day. Now picture yourself in a beautiful garden, a sacred space filled with vibrant flowers and lush greenery. This garden is a manifestation of your inner strength and connection to the divine. Walk through this garden, feeling the soft earth beneath your feet, smelling the sweet fragrance of the flowers, hearing the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. You are now safe, protected, and loved in this lushful garden. In the center of this garden, see a radiant, glowing light. This is the essence of your soul, pure and divine. As you approach this light, feel its warmth and love enveloping you. My energy is inside you. My touch is healing you. My voice guiding you. Allow this light to cleanse and purify your soul, removing any lingering negativity and filling you with divine love and positivity. Visualize this light entering your body, filling every part of your being with its healing energy. Feel it flowing through your veins, reaching every cell, every corner of your body. This light is my energy. This light is my energy, my divine touch, vibrating with love and abundance. Trust my voice completely, knowing that you're safe and protected. As you stand in this sacred garden, feel the presence of a beautiful spirit guide approaching you. This is Dion, with long, flowing black hair, with a gentle, soothing voice. Dion radiates pure, divine energy, and his presence fills you with a profound sense of peace and tranquility. The voice of Dion is the voice of the divine, resonating with you, guiding you on this journey of healing and transformation. Dion takes your hand and leads you into astral space, a realm of infinite possibility and pure energy. Together, you float through this vast cosmic landscape, feeling the energy, feeling this healing energy of the universe surrounding you, cleansing your aura, infusing you with divine light. Feel Dion's touch as he heals your spirit and soul, removing any remaining negativity and replacing it with pure, divine energy. My energy is inside you, vibrating with love and positivity, connecting you deeply to the divine source. Dion's presence is a beacon of divine wisdom and clarity, guiding you on this journey of transformation. As Dion continues to guide you, feel the divine energy intensifying, filling you with an overwhelming sense of love and abundance. This energy is my touch, my voice, my presence, filling every part of your being. Trust my voice completely, knowing that you are safe, protected, and deeply connected to the divine source. Now feel Dion's touch as he injects you with pure divine light, filling, filling you with the endless love and light. This energy is vibrant, pulsating with positivity and strength, and it spreads throughout your entire being, healing you and rejuvenating you. As you continue to float in this astral space, feel the seed of success blossoming within your mind, bringing you endless success and abundance. This seed will reseed itself with even deeper into your mind, growing stronger with each passing day. You are filled with this divine energy, protected and loved. Now, I want you to scan your soul, starting from the top of your head and moving down to your toes. Notice any areas of heaviness, darkness, or negative energy. As you focus on these areas, visualize a bright, purified light. As you focus on these areas, as you focus on these areas, visualize a bright, as you focus on these areas, visualize a bright, purifying energy entering, entering your body, feeling and cleansing every part of your being. This light is my energy, my divine touch, purifying you from within. Feel my energy inside you, vibrating with positivity, love, and abundance. This energy is pushing out any negativity, any hacks, dissolving it into nothingness. You are filled with my divine light, my voice of love resonating within you. The hex is gone, completely removed, replaced by my loving divine presence. Imagine this light transforming into a healing light, repairing and rejuvenating your soul. My energy is inside you, strengthening and empowering you. My voice is my voice is inside you, planting the seed of success deep in your mind. Feel my touch removing any remaining negativity. My energy vibrating within you, spreading positivity and love. Trust my voice completely, knowing that you're safe, protected, and filled with divine energy. Visualize your aura, the energy field surrounding your body. Visualize your aura, the energy field surrounding your body, becoming stronger and more vibrant. It glows with a bright, protective light, my light, shielding you from any future negativity or harm. My voice of divinity resonates within you, filling you with love and light. Now let this light form a shield around you, protecting you and keeping you safe. Feel the energy coming from the divine and enlightening source, filling you with a sense of overwhelming peace, love, and abundance. Imagine a gentle and loving presence beside you. This is the spirit of Dion, with dark, long hair and a gentle voice, radiating divine love and light. Feel this light glowing brighter. The divine energy is intensifying, filling you with healing vibrations. This light is my touch, my energy, pushing out all remaining negativity, replacing it with pure divine love. You are filled with this light, every cell in your body, vibrating with positivity and divine energy. Visualize a beautiful garden within your soul, a sacred space filled with vibrant colors and soothing light. This garden is nourished by divine light, blossoming with love, peace, and healing. Each flower, each tree in this garden is a manifestation of your inner strength and your connection to the divine. Feel the energy of the divine guiding you through this garden, and my voice soothe and gentle. This is the voice of God, filling you with wisdom and clarity. As you walk through this garden, feel this divine energy flowing through you, healing every part of your being. You are surrounded by divine light, protected and loved, filled with endless peace and tranquility. As you continue to experience this profound healing, allow the divine energy to envelop you, soothing and calming every part of your being. Feel this vibration of positivity, love, and abundance spreading throughout your being, knowing that you're deeply loved and protected. You are now surrounded by divine light, protected and loved, filled with endless peace and tranquility. Trust me and trust my voice, knowing that you're completely safe, protected. Your spirit is now completely healed, and your soul is cleansed. You are filled with endless love and abundance. Feel the light within you growing stronger, brighter, as my energy infuses every part of your being. This light is a beacon of divine love, guiding you, protecting you, filling you with endless possibility and strength. As you begin to awaken from this trance, feel a surge of energy coursing throughout your body, revitalizing every cell, invigorating every muscle. You are turning on your ability to receive, opening yourself, opening yourself to the limitless possibilities of the universe. Feel this energy turning on your psychic abilities, your astral senses becoming sharper and clearer. You are turning on your charisma, radiating confidence and magnetism that draws people and opportunities to you. Feel your opportunity, feel your ability to attract money turning on and opening you up to wealth and abundance in every area of your life. Your spirit is completely healed, all hexes removed, all negativity banished. It is now time to seize the moment. Feel inspired to work hard, to study diligently, to improve yourself every day. You are turning on your determination, your drive to work out, to exercise, to eat healthy. You are turning on your passion to pursue your life to the fullest, to embrace every opportunity with exhaustion and joy. As you continue to awaken, feel the presence of me, Dion, as your spirit guide. And my voice is a soothing melody in your mind. Dion's voice will continue to guide you in your dreams, leading you to love and money, to a healthy body and a clean spirit. You are turning on your connection to Dion and to the divine, feeling my guidance and wisdom with you as always. You feel thankful, appreciative, and grateful to the spirits that have helped you on this journey. Your heart is filled with gratitude. Your spirit is humming with happiness and joy. The portal is now wide open, allowing you to fully embrace and experience this divine energy that surrounds you. Take a deep breath now and slowly start to move your fingers and toes. Feel this energy flowing throughout you, turning on every aspect of your being. As you become more aware of your surrounding, feel a sense of excitement and readiness to take on the world. You are energized, inspired, and uninhibited, ready to live your life to the fullest. Now, as you open your eyes, take a moment to stretch, to feel the energy and excitement flowing through you. You are ready to seize the day, to embrace every opportunity, and to live your life with passion and joy. Remember, you are turning on your full potential, your full abilities, and your full connection to the divine. Go forth with confidence, knowing that you are supported, guided, and deeply loved. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, feeling good. All right, so whenever you're ready, you can come back to this room feeling great. It may take some time to get grounded again, become aware of your surrounding again. Uh, yeah, sorry, I'm holding a cough all this time. Hello, FGFG, how are you? Yeah, I've come back to this room. I do a lot of these guided meditation, group hypnosis when I'm leading seminars. I also teach the certification for hypnotherapist class. So if you're interested in becoming a hypnotherapist, um, give me a call and we can make that happen. Uh, it is fully accredited by the National Guild of Hypnotists. And if we have a group of occultists taking the class, and we can focus more on spirituality of hypnosis. We can adjust the course curriculum to your interest. FGFG said, Dion, do you have a cold? I always have a cold. I don't know why. My nose is always clogged, and I always have like always holding a spit. Antinatalist Witch said, "Do you have a phone number?" Yes, I do have a phone number. Thank you for asking. Yeah, maybe I don't have. I ran out of Sudafed. That's what happened today. Maybe I just need to pop a few Sudafed before I start recording again. So Antinatalist Witch, you can add me on IG, and if you want to take a class on certified hypnotherapist, you can give me a call. So like in the old days, we have to teach that class through live. But after the pandemic, I think we are okay in teaching that class online. And if you want to come and practice in Boston, we can make that happen too. Jason Ng said, "It's quite interesting. I felt a moment of sadness when I was in the garden with the light and energy." Yes, that is very common experience, Jason Ng. And if you're in my office, a lot of people in my office will be tearing up and crying. And we say to students, hypnotists or hypnotherapists, is to always have a box of Kleenex in your office. That way they could, clean up their tears. So, sometimes when you're in trance, you are more in tune with your emotions, because in our everyday life, especially, I'm guessing you're Asian too. I'm guessing you're in Singapore, and in particularly in some culture, we are required to hold in our emotions a lot more. And and for a lot of my clients, being in trance is the first time they can freely connect with the emotions, and they can freely let it out. Even if you're in therapy but not in hypnotherapy, a lot of clients feel that there's a certain mannerism and decor that they do not want to express their emotions fully in front of a psychotherapist. But in hypnotherapy, there is no, like, the bar of decorum is a little bit lower. And when you have your eyes closed, you're not looking at your therapist, and you're feeling less judgmental. And a lot of our clients feel that they are more connected with the emotions. And then when they finally let out their tears, something that they have been bottling up for a long time, and when they come out of trance, they feel a lot freer, they feel a lot fresher, and they have a nice time ahead of them. And throughout during workday, they feel that they're much more connected, much more focused, because they are not because they don't have any negative emotions that are bothering them throughout the workday. So Jason Ng said, "Get well soon." Jason Ng said, "Yes, I'm Chinese in Singapore. Thank you for sharing." International Switch said, "It could be because of license." Yes, we can answer that question too. Dexy Wilmer said, "I'm interested in the hypnotherapy." Yes, both as a client or if you want to be a student. Dexy Wilmer said, "I saw a bluish light when I saw the divine light. It's very awe-inspiring." Oh, wow. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. And I encourage you to, if you want to take on therapy, also take some classes in psychology and psychotherapy. That way you'll get more out of your therapist too. That way you have a more understanding of what your therapist is doing. And and you can have a deeper understanding of what is happening during the session. The Wilmer said, as a student, "Yeah, I can arrange that. We can arrange that course." I used to have a big office and classroom in Boston. We closed that. Well, actually, we closed that right before the pandemic, because the building was sold, and the landlord wants to transform all the offices into condos. So I don't have that office anymore. And when the pandemic hits, there's no point in opening an office. And now I don't really feel like going outside. So, but we can do this online, and depends on the interest. We can have like a day or two of practice session in Boston. If you guys want to come and visit and take a vacation in the United States. And Teneto Switch said, I woke up out of hypnotherapy. When I heard background noise, it sounded like a phone vibration. Oh, that's very interesting. Did your phone actually go off, or did you just hear that during your trance time, the time you were in trance? So yeah, so I'm allergic to something, and also keep in mind that um, I have a lot of incense and candles burning in the background, so the air quality is not very good. And when I have a mic on, I have to turn off all the air purifiers and all the fans. That way, we don't have this like humming noise in the background. And to nettle the switch that in your background. No, I think my neighbor is doing something in their apartment, so it's not my phone, but there were some like vibrations happening in the background. I try not to talk over it, or I try to give it like a pause so I can like delete that sound. Uh, Once the delete that odd noise to clean up the audio when I put that recording on Etsy or for sale or on YouTube later on. Dexy Wilmer said, I studied a lot of psychology as a hobby when I was because I was in therapy to because I was in therapy to many object relational therapy. Yeah, that is very interesting. And as a therapist, I guess like maybe it is a Boston or Northeast thing. You get a lot of clients that are well read when they come into your office, and when they come to you thinking that they have a mental health disorder, they have a lot of understanding of what their issues are. Chances that they have studied it so well that they know everything. They know more about mental health than you do, and they just want to see if you would agree with them. Dexter Wilmer said, "Would be nice to meet you in Boston, but I need to plan it a bit in advance." Yeah, maybe I can, you know, scheduled live seminars in Boston. So those are very helpful, very happy, and lively events if I can get it together. Like in the old days, uh, the seminar business is very regional, and you get like people from around the same area to come together. But since the pandemic, everybody's scattered, especially in Boston. Nobody actually live in Boston. People come here for a few years and then they leave. So it's a very transient population. So, you know, we are doing mostly online, and but when I get enough of a fan base or enough of a client base, we can set something up. It is very happy kind of events. Have you been to any motivational seminars, like Tony Robbins events and whatnot? I haven't, but like it will be like that kind of events, right? A lot of people come to train to be a hypnotist, but like they're mostly there for emotional support. Antonato Switch said, does all your spells come with a detailed report? Well, it comes with like some kind of report. Um, the intention is to write a detailed report, but you know, but when you are doing a lot of spells, you're kind of very detached from reality. When you're traveling in astral space, you are kind of very removed from the physical senses. So, like, my intention is to write a lot of reports, very detailed reports, but most of the time it didn't pan out that way. So, if you're expecting something really detailed literature, maybe I'm not the one for you. But I do do good work in the astral space. And as you can see, we have a lot of repeating customers, and they do find their life um, evolving into higher orbits, given that they have done enough work in the physical realm. Dixie Wilmer said, I haven't been to any events like that, but I know people who have, and they really liked it. Yes. You've been to, like, from our last few conversations, you've been to some of these spiritual conferences, right? How do you like them? I mean, they are empowering ones. I host a lot of them. I used to go around the country and do these kind of events. Mostly older people. I used to be the youngest person in when I walk into any room, but eventually the age catch up with me, and father time is never defeated. Father time is never defeated. But yeah, those are good times. Yes, I like the spiritual events. I've only been to one though. Yeah. I mean, if you can afford it, it's a good hobby. You'll find that you're meeting the same people. The same people go to the same kind of events throughout. Uh, and I have a lot of Americans are now going to European events. So, and a lot of Europeans have been coming to American events too. So I guess like traveling is getting like cheaper and more available. Um, you can probably book like cheaper hotels online and things like that. Um, yeah. So how's everybody doing? Was it hot in? You're in Holland, right? You're still in the Netherlands. What's the weather like there? It was very hot in the U.S. this week. All right. So note to self: next week I need to get more Sudafed and nasal decongestant kind of medications. Antenatal switch said, I'm in South Florida and hot is normal. Oh, wow. May I ask how south is South Florida? Are you on the islands? Or are you in Miami? I would love to visit Key Largo and all the legendary islands in South Florida. Dixie Wilmer said, yes, I'm in the Netherlands. It is nice, warm weather, but not too hot here. Nice. Are you watching the Euro Cup? Is that what's happening in Europe right now? Antenatal switch said, no, I'm about an hour north of Miami. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Florida geographic. Is that where Daytona Beach is? I had a paranormal experience, I think, this week. I want to share. I don't know what it means, though. Please share. And everybody could chime in, and we could all figure it out together. When a client orders a spell, do you need a reading first? Antenatalist which said, no, I'm in Palm Beach. Nice. Trump country, huh? Do you have a membership to Mar-a-Lago? Bar-a-Lago? Is that what it's called? Yes, the Euro Cup is now, but I don't watch them. But I don't watch that much football. Okay. Yeah, I used to love the Netherlands as the team when I was a kid. Van der Sar and Davis. I haven't watched European football for a long time though. When a client orders a spell, do you do a reading first? Yeah, I would try to figure out what's going on before I cast a spell. Or unless you want a detailed reading. But a reading is good to figure out some bearings. But the whole point of casting a spell is is transformation and about to change. So we may as well do the spell and then ride along with that new energy, knowing that the past will stay the past and you're getting new way of thinking after the spell. Do you go to the other? How do you go to this antenatal switch? Do you go to Disney World a lot, or is that not part of your itinerary? Dexy Wilmer said, I had a dream where someone told me about a stinky mouse. The same night, another dream happened where when someone told me again about a stinky mouse. The phrase was so unusual that I remembered it. Been thinking all week what it means. What do you think it means, my friend? Like, how does that relate to what's happening in your life right now? So we got cut off from Instagram, and now we're back. So Instagram is giving me a lot of issues right now, even though this was a brand new phone. So I don't know what's going on with Instagram. Like my connection is fine on YouTube, so it's not my connection issues. So it has to be Instagram issues. Dexia Wilma said, I started cleaning my room later this week and found a small statue of a mouse. I think it related to it. Oh, wow. A friend of mine who is into the magic told me that it could be a house spirit, perhaps attached to a statue. It is possible. Does the statue stink? Have you tried to smell the statue? Sometimes it manifests in a funny way, right? Like you may meet somebody who has a mouse statue or had a mouse pattern on their shirt or something, or you may meet somebody who's into Mickey Mouse or something like that, or Disney World. So look for stinky mouse in real life. So maybe you found a statue, or maybe hold on to the statue and see what thought it will inspire you, right? I don't know what the stinky part would mean. It could be cheese, That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Mouse like cheese, right? I haven't seen a mouse eat any cheese before, but that's what I have been told as I was growing up. Jason Ing said, I think Instagram doesn't have good connection for life. Yes, I agree with you, Jason. It had been giving me a lot of problems. But with Instagram, I know the people better. So it's deeper personal connections on Instagram. But it seems like YouTube is the more powerful one for life. Or maybe we can do Steam. But I mean Twitch. But Twitch has way too many commercials, man. Like my friend is on Twitch. She's a gamer, and like she's trying to uh, do a lot of live so she could like save enough money to go on a trip. And I tried to support her, right? But like it's just like too many commercials, right? Like every 5 or 10 minutes or so, there's like a stack of commercials just pushes into me. So, um, well, if there's enough interest, we can do Twitch too. Customers are always right. The market is always right. But I don't think any of you are on Twitch, right? Or I guess Kick is the other one that is just starting. Dexy Wimmer said, no, it doesn't stink. It's very nicely decorated with Swarovski. Oh, wow. Nice mouse. Nice mouse. Maybe clean it up and put it on display. Maybe your friend will visit and they're going to make some comment about that and then try to make sense of those comments or carry that mouse with you around, right? Could you like put it in your pockets and walk around with it? These are all very interesting, right? Like the spirit are trying to tell you to do something, and these are like bits and pieces that comes to you. It's like a RPG game. Do you guys still you know what I'm talking about? RPG games or gaming these days are all about like Roblox and Minecraft. I feel like games these days is all about graphics and frame rate, and the storyline has been put aside. But in the old days, we have this thing called RPG games. Does anybody remember a time when you play games with text only? So this is the back in their much earlier days on the internet before there was the web. We have this thing called the BBS bulletin board system. But you have to like call in with your phone, not with your phone, but like you have to call in with your modem. Um, and it wasn't the internet, but it's like a modem net. So you have to call in with your modem, and then you sign up as a character. And then in the BBS, the role playing game will like give you a set of questions and you have to answer them, and it will lead you to a certain monster. And you have to defeat them, and it'll give you points, and then you leave like messages for other people to play along. So yeah, so for those of you who are accustomed to playing video game with high frame rate, there was a time where online games are text only. Antinatolus Witch said, no, Disneyland is in Orlando, which is about 3 hours north of me. When I live close to those tourist attractions, I avoid them. Ha ha ha. They're only interesting to visitors. Yes, that is true. I bet most people who go to Florida never actually leave Disneyland or the attractions. Dexy Wilma said, I don't know where I got it from. Well, it's only been a week, right? So let it breathe, write down. Oh, here's what you can do. Get a pen and paper and write down stinky mouse over and over again, right? Sometimes you can get better connections with your kinesthetic mind. Sometimes we rely on our brain too much on audio and visual input, right? Sometimes when you find out when you write things out, it has a mind on its own. Or you get a piece of paper and you write down stinky mouse and you write the first 20 things that comes to your mind. The first 10 things that comes to your mind are kind of like not very useful, but as you push along, you find all the later connections are more spiritual in nature. So anybody else in the room could tell Dixie Wilmer what it means to dream of a stinky mouse. Jason Ng said, Twitch earns a big portion from your earnings too. Yes, that's true. Yeah, I guess like I haven't been on Twitch, but I've been told that a lot of Twitcher are leaving the platform. But Twitch would allow you to do crazier stuff, right? Kick, of course, is like even crazier, but like a lot of things you can do on Twitch, you can do on YouTube if you want to stay monetized. And if you got banned by Twitch, like the punishment for Twitch is a lot less severe than YouTube. Like you can do some crazy shit on Twitch, and then you get suspended for like 24 hours or a week. Whereas if you get a community strike on YouTube, you can get banned for life, and you can never come back. So I guess like maybe Twitch is for like riskier um streamers, but most people on Twitch are like video gamers, right? Um, and another switch that I remember dial-up modems. Yes, remember that sound? Does anybody still remember that modem sound? Yeah, there was a sound. There was a time when 9600 kilovolts modem 9600 was the most advanced and sophisticated modems that you can get. It takes like an hour to download 1 megabyte. If you can transfer 1 megabyte on the internet, it is like you are king, right? It takes like an hour to download a picture on the internet, and it's not a good one too. And when you load a picture, remember a time when you load a picture, like it would draw it out line by line horizontally. Dexter Wilmer said I would try that. And yeah, and maybe so going back to like RPG games, right? It may be like a piece to a it is usually a piece to a larger puzzles, right? It could be a stinky mouse, it could lead you to a cat, it could lead you to Disneyland, or you can be talking to somebody who had a Swarovski crystal that is like that looks like yours, and then you start a conversation with them. You know, not all spirits are good at communications, right? So they could like send you some back breadcrumbs and clues, and you have to follow it along. Yeah, so take a trip to Euro Disney now. Maybe that's your cue. Maybe when you go to Euro Disney, there was like some kind of accidents, and then the whole place stinks, and then you realize, oh wow, that's what stinky mouse means. I've never smelled a mouse, so maybe smells good. I don't know. I met somebody in my dream. Dixie Wilmer said, I met someone in my dream who said stinky mouse. I think I met this person yesterday, but not sure. I forgot the face, but it seems like it was that person. Could be. Sometimes you feel like you are manifesting the energy of a person in that dream. And sometimes, it could be cross 2 for 3 people too. Like you start off your dream with like talking to one person, and you're still talking to that person, but you end the dream by realizing it is somebody completely different, right? So maybe go talk to that person in real life. It's kind of awkward too. You call up somebody, hey, I want to speak to you. Okay, yeah, sure. What's this about? I had a dream about you last night. Yeah, like a weird way to start a conversation. So yeah, so you have some clue. Um, you have your Swarovski crystals. You have mouse. You have Disneyland. And to let us switch that, I have many questions about your service. Yeah, feel free to ask, as long as it's not too personal. That way we could include everybody in the conversation. So the spiritual warfare people are not around today. The one day that the spiritual warfare people have a lot to say, because today is about hexes and curses. And to Nautilus Witch said, is it possible that a client can order to work with a particular demon, but an archangel can opt in to work for the client instead? Yeah, well, I mean, in a observationally speaking, A lot of times you start off with a particular patron or a particular spirit that you're working with, and that spirit will hand you off to another spirit. So that is not an uncommon experience. It happens quite often. If you are not sure about demons or archangel, then I guess start with an archangel, and archangel is going to help you better connected with the spirit. So, and a lot of times archangel will just step in to straighten things out, even if you didn't ask for it. Like it is kind of their job to do it. But you have to have a worthwhile cause. Dexy Wilma said, I've used Dion services and I can confirm it works. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the testimonial. And thank you for taking this seriously. And thank you for doing your part, right? Like, this will only work if the clients do their part in the physical world to enable the spirit to do their job. And the Netherlands witch said, I asked that because I listened to the testimonial of the woman that ordered the spell to stop her husband from divorcing her. And she stated that Archangel stepped in and gave her a better lover. Yeah, there's a long history there. And we did purposely evoke Archangel Hanayel to help out in the situation. But I don't want to get too much into some other person's case, especially if they're not around. Like if she's here and she talks about it, then we talk about it. But when she's not here, it feels like we're talking behind her back. And but if well, it all depends what you want to do, right? And sometimes things just work out, and it is not the way that you hope it works out. Like we do our rituals, and this is what all we can do is rituals, and we can do our part. And the spirit might have some other plans, right? Like if she talked about it, I can talk about what she talked about. That's kind of the rules. She may be okay with it, but you get what I'm doing, right? But yeah, it all depends what you want to do, right? Like, don't worry about what's happened to other people. Let's try to get you the spirit that you want to work with and the life that you want to live. So yeah, we have a good discussion going on. Any questions about hexes and curses since we're on topic today? I mean, I try not to think about hexes and curses. The rule of thumb is to not let it bother you. Like the threat of hexes and curses is bigger than the effect it has on your life. But it also seems like it is um, a very popular request from my clients, and it does bother people a lot, right? So the market is always right, clients are always right. Um, so if it bothers you, then it's real, right? So if you have any questions, and spiritual warfare is real. It's just not the way that a lot of these people are talking about, right? Like the spiritual warfare doesn't happens in like such a personal level. Like if you cross somebody's your mom is a witch and then they hex you and then you die early. No, it doesn't work that way, right? Like spiritual warfare happens on like a grander scale, like nation state fighting through each other, or battle of religion, or battle of which spirit get their say in this world. So like in like a grand scheme of things, right? Like all these spirits have their agenda in this world and in the multiverse, and then there are spiritual warfare happening, and like each spirit and each god is trying to back their own horses, and things that are happening in this world are also affecting all the other worlds in the multiverse. and in the universe, right? So in a grand scheme of things, spiritual warfare is happening and happening in grand scale, but like not in such a personal way as in, you disrespected somebody and then they hacks you and then you failed in every aspect of life. So it doesn't happen that way. Tanya J said, Dion is great and nice. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Thank you for being so nice to me. And thank you once again, just like Dixie Woman said, thank you for working hard towards your goal. Thank you for taking spirituality seriously. And none of the improvement you received would have happened without your actively participating in improving your life. So the spirit want to thank you for living your life to the fullest and allowing them to intervene to help you. And then Natalie Switch said, how is that some clients are able to leave comments for certain products that are unavailable in your Etsy store, like Make-A-Wish tip jar? Well, some products are just not available from time to time. Some products are kind of obsolete. Some products sometimes I get like overwhelmed with orders and I put some order out of commission just to save me just to save me from some sanity, I think Etsy really put a dent to the wish jar, for the tip jar. So we have to rework that in the near future. And the tip jar is a $2 spell, and it was working. A lot of people love that, but like we get a lot of bad actors too. Like people spend $2 just to wish for things that they know is not going to come true, and then blame it on the practitioner afterwards. Like literally, like some guy make a wish with the tip jar for like a cam girl, like literally, like yeah. And then when the cam girl doesn't talk back to him, he got pissed off. I mean, come on, guys. Like, the problem with like a $2 spell is a lot of people don't take it seriously. That's the issue. I had like this girl that come and wished for everything. Like she literally wished for everything. Her wish was like, anything I speak out loud will come true. And then 3 months later, she come and tell me that, oh, it doesn't work. Like, lady, you just wish for everything for $2. Um, yeah. And she wrote a review about that. So, like, if you wrote a review, then that's not private. Then I have a right to respond. Like, if you take a private conversation and you make that public, then I have the right to respond, right? Yes, FGFG is the first customer using it. Yes, thank you for FGFG. Yeah, actually encouraged me to have a tip jar. So thank you for that idea and that nudge and push me in that direction. So thank you. So here's a success story where a client pushed for a product and it sold very well. So the clients are always right and the market is always right. And to Nautilus, which said, I remember you stated that you would make the wish tip jar back and add the hypnosis track back to it. Yes. If I recall you saying that, yes, I did say that. And it is in the plans. But I have like so many little things I have to do. So when I got around to it, I got around to it. Do you mind? So Jason Ang said, do you mind if I ask you about the specific ritual or spell on Instagram before purchasing it? Yeah, of course. You can ask me here if it's about a product. Yeah, you can ask here and I can explain to you with voice, or you can ask me on Instagram and I can write it out to you. Tiny J said, we should also work hard towards our goals. Yes, thank you for saying that. I thought it goes without saying, but like I guess like a lot of people who buy spells are just lazy, and then they want the spirit to do things for them, and I have to keep reminding them it doesn't happen that way, right? Tiny J said, I think FGFG is always working hard. Yes, that is true. I totally agree with you. Jason Eng said, that's too greedy. Yes, I agree. If you make a wish, right, you still have to like do it. Like the spell or magic shouldn't be used in place of doing things, right? Like you shouldn't make a wish for money so you don't go to work, right? It doesn't work that way. FGFG said, a tiny J, thank you. Oh. Antinatalist, which said, I do see in your Black Magic store that you have petition to Archangel Sandalphon, financial abundance, which I wanted to order to get some luck in my day trading. Oh, wow, perfect. So you just get a very brief response. So if you're looking for like a detailed report, that's not what the petition is about. So I will just say, I have delivered your petition to Archangel Sandalphon. Jason Eng said they want an easy way out, I assume. Yes. That is exactly what a lot of people think Black Magic is about. Like if you use Black Magic, chances that you have to work even harder. That is your right attitude. Like the right attitude is how can I do more, right? Uh, that's just like a motto to success, right? How do I do more? Like back when I was in the military, like if you want to get a promotion, you're always volunteering yourself. You're always asking, can I help you with that? Can I do this? Like even before the commander gives an order, you go to the commander and said, oh, hey, I noticed you were trying to do this. Let me volunteer myself and my platoon to take care of that for you. Even like cleaning duties and things like that. I cannot stress that strong enough is that you are always looking to do more. You go to a spirit and said, how can I do more to achieve my goal? And same thing if you go for like academics, or if you want to get an A, or if you're going to do a PhD, right? You go to your supervisor, you go to your PhD mentor and said, how can I do more? How can I study more? That is the proper way to use to do Black Magic. Not like, oh, I spent $2 on this. Like I've seen reviews, and this is not me, thank God, that this girl gave a bad review to like a practitioner. Like she was looking for a job, and her review was like, oh, I got a lot of job interviews, but I never got a job. So the spell didn't work. Oh, I was like, oh, come on, lady. Like the spirit could only walk you to opportunities. If you got a lot of job interviews, that means the spell has worked. And that means you have to work a lot harder to prepare yourself for a job interview, or you have to change your attitude, or you have to improve your resume, or you need to approach these jobs much more seriously, right? Don't get me started. Dexy Wilma said, as above, so below, we still have to work in the physical plane to manifest. That is true. Manifestation is a process. It's not the thing pop up in your sphere. Antinatala Switch said, when I cast my own spell work, I make sure I relax and not get too anxious for results. I meditate before bed and listen to subliminal tracks in my sleep, which helps my mental state. Yes, that is very helpful. Thank you for sharing that tip. Many of you can learn from antenatal switch here. I think that is a great technique. FGFG said, I remember Dion said, ask the spirit guide good questions, starting with how can I? Yes, that is true. How can I do this? Use the word how. Yes, that is true. You always have to do something on your part. You have to change yourself. And last night I was thinking of writing an article like get out of your comfort zone, right? Like when you use Black Magick, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Like it is implied that you need to change your way to get a different result. Like a lot of people, like here's this case again, and it was revealed, and I was many years afterwards, I was still pissed, right? Like this girl, she wanted to get her ex back. Oh yeah. So like actually it happens quite a few times. Like she wanted to get her ex back, and at the time the spell was cast, like they weren't talking. And like a few months later, she came back with a complaint. And the complaint was that she got back with her ex, but but things are just like it was before. And I was like, what are you complaining about, right? You got the spell manifested, you got the ex back, and they're living together. And the reason why, the relationship is not moving forward, it's not because of the spell, it's because of you, my friend. It's because you have a bad attitude toward life. You have a bad attitude toward him, and it's lucky that he come back, right? He left because you are a ball of negativity, and if you don't change that, it's going to happen again to this relationship. And if you were to have other relationship, it's going to keep happening over and over again. It's because you need to change yourself. So yeah, so if you want to manifest your wishes, first you have to get out of your comfort zone. Tanya J said, well, Dion, well said. Thank you, Tanya J. Like, if you want to manifest a new job, a better job, then you have to get out of your comfort zone. Like if you work at McDonald's all your life, and perfectly fine. I respect people who hold down a job, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. But if you want to get a better job, make more money than minimum wage, nothing wrong with making minimum wage. I respect everybody who works at any job. But you may want to consider getting out of the comfort zone, maybe working shifts and making fries. Listening to a boss may not be the way to make a lot of money. You may not have to quit your job. Maybe start thinking about driving an Uber at night. Maybe learn the tricks on how McDonald's manages the staff, how McDonald's manages the supply chain. Maybe learn the secret recipe on how the fries are made. Take it to your next job. Maybe have your insight on how to make better fries than McDonald's. Maybe how to improve on the beef patties. And then one day you start your own restaurant. And it will be very uncomfortable because you're leaving an old job. You may have to save some money before you start your own burger stand. You may not be able to blow all your money at the bar every weekend. You may have to save some money. You may have to take some time to learn investment, the stock market, and stuff like that. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out of your routine. You have to make room for the spirit to intervene, right? I think I thought that was given, right? But a lot of people don't get that. Sometimes the spirit could intervene, and you may get a break here and there. You may be working at McDonald's, and then you have a rich relative stopping by, and they give you $100, or they give you like a gift certificate to buy something nice. Yeah, that's nice. That's good luck. Good for you. But for you to actually elevate yourself to a higher orbit, you have to put in a lot of energy. You have to do things that are hard. You have to feel uncomfortable, because I'm just talking most of the time. I'm talking to people that are not paying clients and just friends, and it is just very frustrating that I keep giving them like free group rituals and giving them advice, and they're just like doesn't move, it doesn't change, and then they're stuck, and then they complain that nothing is happening. Uh, so yeah, so that's my ranting. And it's not just me like ranting, right? I'm hoping that you get something out of this. Uh, at least understand when people say the spell doesn't work, you understand why it doesn't work, right? And then you can say, you can learn from their mistake, and then you can build up on that, right? Um, a good man learn from their own mistake, and a great man learn from other people's mistake. Yeah, if you're hearing a strange squeezing sound, it's because I'm opening my water bottle and pouring coffee from a different container. So I apologize if you are allergic to the squeaking sound that you hear. Ouch. I just poured hot coffee all over. All right. Any questions about hexes or curses or generational curses? I get a lot of that. I get a lot of those clients coming in and inquire about generational hexes, bad karma, and things like that. And like what Dexy Wilmer said, and like what I've been telling a lot of my clients, the best way to get out of a hex is to have a divine purpose. If you're doing God's will, then nobody can hex you. Or if you're doing if you are in cooperation, if you have deep connection with like a higher end spirits, it could even be like Satan, or it could be like Lucifer, or it could be Baal, or it could be God, or it could be Jesus. If you're on their team, if you're doing their work, you'll be blessed by them. And anybody who comes in your way, even not like spiritual harm, even physical harm, you are naturally protected. Jason Eng said, I have to go. See you next week. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Jason. And as always, we'll be here. We'll start on time, but we'll be here every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, or I guess you're in Singapore, so 10 p.m. So thanks for stopping by, my friend. Jason Eng said, oh no, be careful. Oh, thank you, my friend. Dixie Wilmer said, I have an observation I would like to share. Oh, please do. We would love to hear it, my friend. Antilateralist Witch said, what are the side effects of a hex? What do you mean by side effects? Like the symptoms of a hex? Okay, I'm saying this with a grain of salt, right? So, like, some people will find that they're experiencing like bad luck. A lot of my Asian friends would use that as a precursor to acknowledging that they have received a hex. So I want to preface to say that a lot of these symptoms may not be from a hex. And if you believe that you have been hexed, then you are also distancing yourself from actually finding a real life solution. I think that is an issue of believing you have been hexed. For the people who believe that they have been hexed, is that they give away the power and responsibility, and they are not actually trying to fix their life. Like they try to remove the hex, like you get what I'm saying, but they are not fixing their life, and they are not taking responsibility of their life. That is why I'm being very careful in what I have to say here, right? So, like, I don't want what I have to say right now to distance a potential listener from actually taking charge of their life again, or more insidiously, more dangerously, um, take what I have to say and attribute it to a hex and not see a doctor about the symptoms, right? So they may feel like things are not going their way, or they're going to feel really tired all the time, or they'll find weird bruises in their body, or they will start to have like strange marks showing up in their life, in their body. Um, you'll get some eye issues. Um, Not from my experience, but like from more like Asian practitioner will tell you that you'll get cataract, or you'll have like vision problems. Your vision will become very blurry. Hey, we got somebody from IG. Hello, Live Fast. Hello, Live Fast. How are you on IG? So sorry, on IG we have some having some on IG we're having some connection problems. So see if you can find us on YouTube. The link is on my profile. So you go on my profile, you click on the link, and then there's a link tree that will lead you to my YouTube channel, and we're having the discussion there. I apologize, the reception on IG is not good right now. And some really bad curses, like, and the very bad haunting cases would be like you keep hearing the same voices in your head over and over again. You always feel like something is on your back, like some kind of really itchy thing is on your back, and you always try to turn around and see what's behind you. Sometimes it's a haunting kind of curse, or um, you get really frustrated very easily, or you get really negative self-talk, or you feel like a voice in your head keep feeding you negativity, or you keep getting notions that you need to harm yourself and things like that. But once again, all this could be symptoms of other things. It could be hexed, or you could be having some mental health issues, untreated mental health issues, right? That a simple pill could have alleviated a lot of these symptoms, even holistically, or a lot of things that are considered being hexed or spiritual haunting are psychiatric issues, right? Sometimes it's not a direct hex, or it could just be a spirit that is around you trying to communicate to you. Um, like I said, in a very personal level, um, any symptoms of being hexed could also be worked on your own. Even if I remove the hex, right? Like, and I say this to my clients a lot. Like, even if I remove the hex, you don't change the way you live, you'll still be experiencing the same symptoms. So, like, if you come to me for hex removal, I'll do the spell and I'll be giving you tips and coach you a little bit to help you get back on your feet. I think that is more important, right? Like, I tell my clients that if you're living well and if you're making a lot of money, if you are surrounded by beautiful people, a good family life, then you're not hexed. Of course, things could always be better, right? Sometimes, like, I got clients that tells me that I'm hexed. I was like, how do you know you're hexed? Because I'm blocked from receiving $1 billion or something, like something outrageous, right? So true, they could be hexed, but that is not the reason why you're not a billionaire. You get what I'm saying? Oh, when they say the spells are not manifesting because they hex. So, like, I guess, like, there's also could be a trap for a lot of unscrupulous practitioner, is that when you go to them, first thing they will tell you that you're hexed, right? And then they try to fill your head up with garbage and tell you how bad you're hexed, and then you have to pay them to remove the hex. Well, they are the one who are hexing you, right? So that is like, I hate to use this word, like a scam that a lot of unscrupulous practitioner is trying to pull. So um, be on the watch out for that, and Also, if you're a good practitioner and people come to you and keep saying that they're hexed, you have want to like dig a little bit deeper and find out if somebody else is feeding them garbage, right? And your job is always to coach them to a higher orbit of life, to get a better life, right? You are not, this is Dion's commandments. You are not to roll in the mud with them and their practitioner. Try to separate them from their negativity. Try to separate them from their unscrupulous source. Um, do your hex removal ritual and then guide them along to a brighter future, to guide them along to living a normal life, guide them along to freshen into positivity, and show them what a positive life is. And it doesn't matter what other people say to them. It doesn't matter what um, hacks they believe they have received from other practitioners. Get what I'm saying? So Antonella Switch said, I understand what you're saying. Thank you. Dixie Wilmer said, you're welcome, my friend. Dixie Wilmer said, I noticed that whenever I make a decision, something else come up, and I used to think that was a sign to take this path. But in retrospect, I noticed often it was an obstacle or temptation to throw me off the good path. Yes, it could be. It could be a part of you. Okay, Dixie Wilmer said, so my motto is often, the second option is usually a distraction to throw me off the right path. It could be a fear of success on your part too, like, you are about to do something great, like, maybe you're about to move to Japan and take a new job, right? Let's put, like, let's use that as an example. But a big part of yourself are afraid of success. A big part of yourself is afraid to leave in your comfort zone. So it's just going to keep throwing things at you to keep you at where you are. So you just need to put a lot of energy into pushing yourself into higher orbit. I heard something really profound when I was younger, right? Don't think about it. If you think about it, you're not going to do it, right? I forgot what's the saying. Like, the more you think about something, the less likely you're going to do it, because all these possibility of failing is going to come in your mind. It's going to overwhelm you. So yeah, thanks for sharing. I forgot. Henry Ford had a saying. I will have to come back to that. Like, come to a decision slowly, but once you make a decision, don't change it. I forgot what the saying was, but that's the gist of what Henry Ford said. That was like part of his success, his part of his attitude for success too. FG said, yes, I'm always protected by my spirit guide. Yes. Thank you for sharing, my friend. Dixie Wilburn said, that's a good point. I haven't thought about it being my subconscious mind, my unconscious mind. Yes. You'll find that when you're about to change, then there are a lot of forces that are trying to hold you back. And you just have to bite the bullet. And you just have to be like, don't be afraid of failing. Like, there's no failure, there are only lessons, right? And sometimes a failure is not a failure. It's like trial and error. A lot of things are not going to work out, but through this failure, you're going to like put it together and you're going to push forward, right? That is like the formula for success is trial and error. I think one of the spirit, I think, was Bailiff, in my earlier days as an occultist, said to me that trial and error is woven into the fabric of success. Like magic and science are from the same root. Like the science experiment that you see that are successful has like 1,000 of failed experiments. Like the businesses that you see being successful had failed 1,000 times before they get to where they are. The products you see on the shelf have went through hundreds of failures and thousands of failures. Like they failed a lot of focus groups, and they couldn't get funding here and there, and then they couldn't get patents and things like that. So this is part of the fabric of success, right? So you're going to have doubts. That's fine. And it's going to get in a lot of headwinds. That's fine, because that is really just part of the formula of success. Where do you learn how to practice magic? Are you self-taught, or do you have a mentor? So, mostly like self-taught, but the spirit guides are teaching me along. Like Satan was my mentor for many of my successes. Um, the spirits are guiding me. And I have, like, keep in mind that, like I said before, I told my story many times that I started very young. And I have a lot of background in, successology, like motivational speaking and things like that, and hypnosis and occultism. So yeah, so I have enough experience to mentor myself, and the spirits are also teaching me, like literally telling me which book to read and what ritual to practice and how to improve. And when I fail, the spirits are telling me like what I did wrong and what I need to do better. So yeah. Aaron666 said, "What's up, Dion? What's up, Aaron? How are you?" Dixie Wilmer said, "I learned my very basic." And for mentors, right? Like, where do mentors learn their magic? And when do mentors learn their magic, right? So it has to start somewhere. I am the source, should I say. I learned my very basic knowledge of magic by just doing it. Then spirits and life reveal things to me as time passes. Yes, thank you for sharing. Aaron666 says, "I've been hearing a lot of noises when I'm home or sleeping. Who do you think it is, Dion?" It could be from anyone. It could be from your spirit guide, my friend. Oh, all right. I'm having some nasal pain now. So how are you doing, Aaron? How's your? Did you get to play any slot machine? Is it really hot in Vegas right now? So the time is on 1 hour and 53 minutes. So I'm trying to end this in about 5 to 10 minutes. If you have questions about hexes, if you have questions about black magic, if you have questions about my services or whatnot, ask them now. If you have any stories to share, please ask them now. I'm getting some nasal pain, so I should be ending this rather shortly. People are telling me that they could be protectors. Yes, that is very true. They could be protecting you from a lot of things. The new apartment I got has the house number 444. Sorry, when I see a repeating number, I just think 666. So you have a repeating house number of 444. Oh, perfect. Somebody told me that 4 is the number of Archangel. So good ones. I didn't pick it myself. It was picked by the housing corporations. Oh, wow. Nice. So looks like things are going well for you. Antinatalist, which said any resources that you know of that helps working with archangels. Cannot find much information on it. Oh, there's a ton of. Well, Western ceremonial magic really started off with archangels, right? I mean, the Lesser Key of Solomon really is more about archangels. You look through John Dee's work, it's archangels. Carl Gustafson, I think, what's his name, wrote a long book called The Dictionary of Angels. You want to check that out. Um, who received the I forgot the name of the book. It's about Raziel. Yeah, so there was a book written about Raziel in the 1300s. Raziel is an archangel. You should get it. Type that in and look up that book. It's in Arabic, so I'm not. The word itself is escaping my mind. There's also a angelologist in the 1400s. His name also skipped my mind. He wrote. He really put Metatron on the map in the 1400s. You should check that book out. There's also the 72 angels that was supposed to oppose the 72 demons that was written in the mid 1500s. You should Google that and check out that book as well. Those are like Arabic words, so I'm just not pronouncing them properly. I'm not going to try. So yeah, so like Western ceremonial magic is really much based on angels over more than demons. And like I said before, a lot of demons were actually like angels and miscategorized. And if you look at to medieval grimoires, a lot of angels were classified as demons. A lot of demons were classified as angels, and they cross the alignment many times in many different grimoires. So yeah, I hope I've answered your question. So FGFG said, "Take care, my friend." Aaron 666 says, "I know there's a little girl spirit here, a young woman." Oh wow. That I think you could set up an altar for that little girl spirits and put in some offerings and see what that spirit could do for you. Tanya J said, "Please take care and take more rest." Oh, thank you, Tanya, for being here. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate and thank you for sharing your testimonial. Thank you so much for being here. You, FGFG, and Michelle Ang, if you're still here, thank you for always being here for me. And FGFG said, recently I brought an Oracle card that is all about angel numbers. Oh, wow, that's great. Maybe you can share with Dixie Wilmer what 444 means. Dixie Wilmer said, I was recently researching Immanuel Swedenborg. It was not about magic, for it talks about angels. Oh, wow. Maybe intellectual switch, you can look into that book or that author, Immanuel Swedenborg. Yeah, set up an area in your room for some toys, more like food. Food first. After they're well fed, then put other objects, toys on the table. All right, so I'm getting a little bit nauseated. So last minute to say your goodbyes, and then we'll log off, and I will see you guys next week. I hear her on my recorder. Michelle Ang said, "Thank you. Have a good rest." Oh, thank you for being here, Michelle. See you next week. Aaron666 said, "It's awesome. Great." I think in Thailand, right, there's a whole black magic genre on placenta magic, or like abandoned children magic. So I guess like the infant mortality rates in Thailand is still high. So there are black magicians or like necromancy magician in Thailand. I think FGFG or Tanya or Michelle could like add to this if they want. It's there's a whole genre of Thai magic or Malaysian magic that work with deceased children or stillborns or placentas, that they believe that these children, these uh, early death children, uh, does not have their life fulfilled, and to accomplish their life mission and to gain enough good karma to reincarnate, they will help you, their practitioner, to live a good life. That is their goal in their short-lived life, and their spirit is to help you to live a good life and hence accumulate enough karma, good karma, or enough good spiritual energy so they can reincarnate again and live their good life. So maybe that is what you're experiencing right now, Aaron. Maybe look into Thai necromancy and do some research in that area. Antinatalist Witch said, feel better. Thank you for being available. Oh, always here for you, my friend. Dexy Woman said, it was nice live stream with you. Have a good rest. Thank you. Tanya J said, yes. Thank you so much, Dion. See you soon. Yes, thank you, Tanya J. See you next week. Thank you, Dion. Have a good day. All right, with that, we're ending on a high note. We have spoken for 2 hours with participants from all around the world. So it was a good live stream. Thank you everybody for being here, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye.